Is yet you ain't know? Listen, if you hear any noise or voices in the background, if you can and have the willpower, disregard it. All right, lovelies, listen up, okay? Let me tell you what's happening. What's happening with these energies, okay? And I'll probably put the exact date that I made this vid in up in this vid. So here's the thing, okay? Let me tell you. The emotion is going through an universal. It's going through an evaluation. Basically, it's emotions are basically okay. If is going through an you feel me, emotions is going through an evolution. Okay, so as we know, emotions come from as we know, you feel me, like you got to know, like certain, you feel me. The thing is, like I have said before, if you can't teach it to a 6 years of age child, you really don't know what you're talking about. Okay, all right, that's what it is. Okay, if you can't teach it, if you can't teach it, you really don't know what you're talking about. So now, so when I say this, when I say these things, okay, I can easily teach this to a 6 years of age child. Simple to the point. You know, before they get to thinking about unicorns and fairies and stuff that technically do exist, before they go into fairy tale land, or should I say fantasy land. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, emotions is spiritual. Okay, who didn't know that? Who did not know emotions involve spirit? Hmm? You feel me? How can you say that in like where do you teach that? Where you feel me? Where is it scientifically evident? Okay, is that where metaphysics get involved? Okay, so when you talk about emotions, you also are dealing with something, you know, in a sense, how could I say it? Extrasensory perception, huh? Because computers don't have that. Okay, so the thing is, the emotions are going through an upgrade. Okay, basically certain ones, their emotions are going through an evolution. Okay, so that's why it's important to go within. That's why you got to sit with yourself and cleanse and purify your emotions. Upgrade your value. See what value is. What are good values to have in your garden? Because through the emotional evolution, through the inside, when you doing your garden, you feel me, and weeding the garden and everything, and you feel me, it changing within changes, you feel me, changes on the outside, changes the out. Okay, so that's what's happening. Certain ones that are not changing within, you feel me, they're most likely going through a collapse on the out. So everything seems like it's falling apart, seems like it's out of control, because they did not weed their garden, they did not prune and shit, and they didn't get rid of certain values. Okay, so if they didn't get rid of that poverty mindset, they gonna be around, probably begging, or thinking things, they're all struggling, and thinking all the government this and that and all that, and getting all to certain discussions that you're gonna say, that you're gonna end up asking them, when are you going to take accountability for your thinking and your emotions? And then they get the whole sob story. So here's a little thing. This is why I make this specific vid. Okay, listen. When you start hearing and start finding out about the spacecrafts, okay, listen, okay, because I'm gonna give you a little certain insight. Okay, the Pleiadians ain't all what they say they is, bruh. All right, I'm just letting you know. I done watched some of their videos. I stopped adding them onto my channel. Okay, I'm just letting you know. Them Pleiad, they've been trying to merge the humans with artificial intelligence. Okay, now here's another little insight into certain ones in gender. They would like to get rid of your emotions. They would like to also get rid of your orgasms. They're trying to get rid of all orgasms. They're trying to desensitize you, turn you into a robot. They're trying to get you to where you can't question what they're saying. That's their vision of a world of peace, where there's no hunger and stuff like that. Like, cause kind of like certain ones, they talking about breatharians and stuff like that. And dude was talking about when, you know, they was talking about, you know, just Malachi Z. York, you know, got to talking about the microtube, and he don't know why the Oakland film allowed the microtube or whatever, or to end evolution or whatever. And, you know, apparently he wasn't invited to that discussion or whatever. The whole party. I'm not saying both of them is right, because I feel, in a sense, I feel like my insights tell me both of them have a certain type of agenda that's not really conducive to true humanity. Okay, so here's the thing. Why would you like to even go breatharian? Huh? Why would you even try to question? Why would you even try to listen? Mother Earth has fruits. You would like to go breatharian so you can no longer, like, you don't like Mother Earth's fruits? She don't like the fruits that she got? That's heaven, baby. That's paradise. So it kind of like get me when someone talking about going in, evolving and being breatharian. You almost sound like a gray and stuff like that. You almost sound like some kind of like computer or bot. Like you trying to get rid of the side of you that, you know, has that get the fruits and stuff like that. Now, you feel me? Now, one of my neighbors just might have popped up or whatever. So see if you disregard that and everything. So this is the thing. Listen, the beauty of the fruit, the taste, the juices that nourishes the body. Okay? Don't try to get rid of that, because you'll go to a place. Yeah, you'll go to a place. Yeah. So, like I said, I have a habit in embarrassing individuals. It's a habit. Okay? I'm just saying. I don't seem like I'm planning on getting rid of it. All right? So, here's another thing. All right? Okay. So, also, the Pleiadians also said, okay, they even said they got a 3D printer for food. They said they could 3D print food, bro. They talk about they wash up in some kind of light and they been eating light and all that. And like, I'm not buying it's like they're trying to sell something. You know, they said they got a 3D printer food. Cause the thing is, I seen a video, thing it was like on FB and everything, where this female said she was at a restaurant or whatever, with the store, whatever, and they gave her some kind of fake bacon, and it looked like something from like plastic or something like you would give to a dog and stuff. It was fake bacon, whatever. And I'm like, first of all, stop eating the meat. They doing they trying to do stuff with that meat. Don't mess with that meat. You know, like I'm saying, you feel me? And then certain ones talk about, and then it kind of like thing with like the females. Listen, female, if you keep doing things for money, like if you're trying to end up with an individual only for money, and you keep trying to do stuff only for money, guess what? Who your master is? Money. You can't worship two masters. Okay? That means the universe going to embarrass you. You're going to turn out to be probably a harlot. You're going to turn out probably be a read between the lines. Anywho, so that's what I'm saying. Get back into nature. Get back into your authenticity. Get back into nature, because Mother Earth is going to give y'all supernatural abilities. She going to give y'all abilities. She going to give y'all, you feel me, women that y'all do that inner work. Okay? Certain entities, certain spacecrafts, they're trying to mix up your gender. They're trying to get you to be a female, to be more masculine than feminine, than balanced. Basically, they're trying to get a male to be more feminine than masculine, to be balanced. They're trying to throw y'all off. You feel me? They're trying to throw y'all off, and then they're trying to get y'all not to even like each other. They're trying to separate y'all using technology and everything. They're trying to separate y'all and then tell y'all they know what's good for y'all. And then they try to tell y'all to call on them instead of going within yourself. So listen, and there was something else I had to say. Pause. Okay, so all in all, basically, go within. Sit with yourself so that energy could stabilize. It's a mystical energy. It's a spiritual energy. You got to go within. You can't be going on the things on out. You got to go within yourself, okay? Because the universe is going to give you a certain insight that you can use to read everything. And you feel me? That'd be your compass. It'll give you a certain thing where you know when certain ones is lying and stuff like that. Get involved with the crystals. Get involved with it. Get involved with being organic. Stop being so fake, superficial. The universe is going to be exposed to the ones that are superficial and fake. You feel me? And y'all really don't want to be embarrassed. Y'all don't want to be shamed. Because as we all know, to shame the devil. Even though the devil don't exist, I'm just talking about those type of energies. So I'm just saying, don't be scared of those, spacecrafts and whatever. And they gonna get to try to talk nice and everything. They're trying to get you. They're trying to get your data, your consciousness. They're trying to put it in stuff. They're trying to get you to consent to certain things, to try to take your emotions out and try to digitize you. Don't be going with them. Not even the Arcturians. You gotta face yourself. Be with yourself. They don't, you feel me? They don't want you to get the feminine energy. They want you to continue to be masculine. They don't want you to, the yin is the healing energy. They don't want you to heal. They want you to keep looking on the outs. They want you to depend on them and call on them. Do your research. You feel me? Use this technology before you get, you feel me? Make it work for you and before it just all cut off. But like, don't use your detriment and true humanity's detriment. Use it wisely, because this ain't going to be on forever. It's, you feel me? This type of electronic is not really good for the environment. It's going to get cut off. So I'm just saying, you got, know how to, plant and do and learn how to build and stuff. However, don't be afraid of, sex, basically genders. You feel me? The male and your masculine, feminine and stuff like that. Okay, I love y'all. Find something safe, do and stay accountable. 1.